when I've been on stream. It's so nice to have people go yay in the chat. It means a lot. So make sure you're cheering for your favorites.
Show your support. And here we go.
Now, are we going to see similar things here? Ooh,
we're going to see the fairy cannon from LYSETTE. Fairy cannon into 6-3.
We do love a good 6-3. I recognize that one. Yes, if you don't know the players, then enjoy learning how different players play, because I am, and I'm loving it. But look at that. What? There we go.
Oh my, and they had the extension to multiplier.
Jeez, that's... This is what we're going to see from QUARPI.
It's round 1 and we're already seeing this. QUARPI is probably one of the most defense-focused players in this entire bracket.
I think that's why I was so surprised to see such a high spike from them, because I'm so used to them playing that defensive strategy. But when you have a spike that good ready, you've just got to send it.
I mean, you've heard the saying, a good defense is the best offense.
Absolutely. And I think what I love most about QUARPI's play is it has a lot slower than most of the other players at that level, but the efficiency is just something to behold. So as you can see, working at 2.5, whereas LYSETTE is more at 3 and quite frequently over 3 pieces per second, but QUARPI doesn't need to be over 3 pieces per second to be as effective.
Another thing you'll also notice if you've seen a lot of QUARPI gameplay is that QUARPI will actually drop their speed to make sure they're slower than their opponent and they can play that reactive game.
And being able to do that is one of the ways you become one of the best Tetrio players. Being able to modify your gameplay based on the person that you're up against is so vital. Oh, we have a little, right up at the top of their board here, a little spike. Needing to get back down, using the wells to have some good T-spins there, but not really building a back-to-back, but LYSETTE in trouble.
In those few seconds of gameplay, there were so many insane interactions. QUARPI setting the spike, unfortunately not able to end up killing LYSETTE with a counter spike. And QUARPI with a good follow-up.
I think this is one of the problems when you're doing gameplay this high level. As soon as you've said something, it's like 5 moves behind.
Yeah, it's already happened.
Yep. And that's how the curses come out. Oh, and there we go. Again, I am so happy that my broom can stay firmly locked away as LYSETTE takes a point against QUARPI.
Gonna put LYSETTE on the board. I think LYSETTE was thinking about going for a C-spin there and just went against it. Definitely a good pivot.
Oh, that was a really good I-spin. The I-spin to hold the back-to-back there, having to release it at 8, but to be fair, actually putting LYSETTE in an awkward position, so a good time to release.
And the clutch clears are coming out from LYSETTE!
Oh. But
there's
it's not
only so
quite
much
enough.
you can do in a situation like that. Another important thing about QUARPI's defense specifically is that a lot of it doesn't just come to their specific down stacking skills, but also their awareness on what their opponent is doing. So a lot of those times you'll see when they're behind on the surge, they end up sending out a really good time that forces their opponent to break at a time they would rather not.
And you know what? That is a skill that not a lot of players showcase as well as QUARPI does, and that really is why we know QUARPI is a defensive player. And LYSETTE takes another point again, everybody. Even with the difference in seeding, we have such an evenly matched game here. And I'm also really enjoying the TKIs because they're my favourite opener, so whenever I see them I have a little smile.
The TST tower continuation comes out.
Oh my goodness!
Sends at 25.
But it works. It works. It's only greedy if it fails. If not, it's just aggressive gameplay. And here we go again. Some great T-spin doubles to start us off. And we have a TST again. Oh, the TST tower. This is just amazing.
But that's QUARPI for you. Fool me once, shame on me. But you're not going to get them again with the same trick, especially in the next round.
No.
And they're going to take it right back.
And here we go into round 8. Are we going to even up again? LYSETTE taking a moment to figure out what to do there. Builds another TST tower. Waiting for the right moment to set it off. The garbage not quite getting into the right place and needs to go down and open a bell, but still still manages to get a good 15 spike there, but there's some awkward LJ positioning.
LYSETTE was prioritizing their board health over the spike potential there, and unfortunately that misdrop is going to end up making them regret that decision. And QUARPI is able to take another round for it.
And at this point, QUARPI getting 2 points ahead. This is dangerous. This is when LYSETTE really needs to lock in, because that momentum is going to build, and that confidence is going to build. So it needs to be broken if LYSETTE wants a good chance of taking it back. Ooh, right up at the top of their board again, able to unlock that well really quite nicely. Gets to the right hand side. QUARPI is going to be frustrated that they didn't manage to take him out at that point.
They do have a lot of material, and LYSETTE is going to come on a material drought right about now, trying to downstack to this cheese, which they do so quite effortlessly, might I add. That
was a work of art. We were saying last week how Tetris is actually a form of art, and these players are just showcasing that. And LYSETTE gets another point, is not letting QUARPI pull away.
Stacking as an art form is truly an understatement of the century.
I love the fact that it can be art in a good or bad sense, because, you know, Picasso exists.
Okay.
So, you know, everyone can produce Tetris art. Sometimes you misdrop so many times that you just think this is for the Louvre.
Anyone can cook.
Absolutely. And QUARPI, incredible cooking there to downstack, was really high up on their board, getting some strange spins in there.
QUARPI's on the downstack, and LYSETTE actually has so much material here. Unfortunately, that T-piece misdrop happens, but just a creative all-spin fix.
Oh, a nice
QUARPI trying their best to access the well, but the eyepiece comes a little bit too early.
And we are evened up again.
Once again, loving these close matches that we're seeing here. And the fairy cannon's going to come out from LYSETTE once again.
As casters, closer matches are way more fun. Just to cast. So I love it. Oh my goodness, and LYSETTE is going to take the lead for the first time in this match. Again, underdog story, we love it. Except I don't really count any of these people as underdogs given they're all XX plus rank. So, you know, in the loosest sense, they are all extremely talented.
Well said.
Oh, and look at that clean garbage. I love it when you just get a clean garbage well like that and you're just like, let's quad this out.
And this decision-making from QUARPI there. Knowing that they have to compromise some of their initial efficiency just to get out of there. Knowing that there's a lot more waiting for them in the horizon.
And that's just to do so. Garbage still looking pretty clean here. We haven't seen too much cheesy garbage this match. Oh, you know what? I absolutely love to see these spins. Just, the L&J spins just so beautiful. It's so satisfying.
Truly.
Oh, awkward misdrop there. How are they going to fix that?
I'm not sure it's even possible. They tried their best, gets the 3 combo. But LYSETTE did have a spike.
Are we looking at our first potential upset of the evening?
Potentially. But it's a little too close to say anything right now.
No, absolutely not. It could still go either way at this point.
And QUARPI's keeping their board low, making sure they don't send LYSETTE that much material to work with. Just stacking up that surge lead.
And this is where we see QUARPI going, right, this is how LYSETTE is beating me. What can we do to modify the play to stop it happening? And that is not giving as much material, or at least spiking high enough that hopefully the material won't be able to be sent back. But look at these back-to-back numbers.
Very high back-to-back number. We already know QUARPI has that back-to-back maintenance on deck.
And the
getting up to low, almost up to high 20s. And the well transition is immaculate. We might see a 30, and that's a 38 spike.
Woo! You know what? That's some of the gameplay that is my favorite to watch. I absolutely love surge building, and that was masterful. As you said, that whole switch was just mwah, well done.
And get another 6-7 scoreline. Very close matches.
A nice little cheeky T-spin triple there from QUARPI. That was a great setup.
Very nice idea to take there from LYSETTE. Yeah, it is going to force QUARPI to break at a time that they would rather not.
But that was slightly awkward from LYSETTE, not quite getting the mid-game DT off. And that is going to push them right up to the top. And we are even once again.
Once again.
Only close matches on this stream.
So true. The Fairy Cannon comes out once again, and here is the signature TST Tower continuation, making it up to the Force Surge, and I think they're going to turn this Mist-Drop into an SDSD. No, they're going to turn it into even more creative all-spins.
I'm going to be honest, I was questioning whether that was a Mist-Drop or not, because when players get to this level, you just can't tell sometimes.
Yeah, they have pretty much eliminated the hesitation time.
Yeah, especially with this all spins. They don't just have to think about T's now. They're like, right, what can I spin into this so that I can use this to my advantage? And here we go, needing to get to that well, manages to get to that middle well, down stacks back down. It wasn't the cheesiest garbage, used it well, wasn't quite able to get that back-to-back going, but QUARPI is getting that back-to-back going and has great garbage to use to help with this.
LYSETTE with the immediate counter spike is going to end up securing this round.
And LYSETTE takes the lead once again. Here we go, almost matching TKIs. And is this an LST continuation? It seemed like it started as it, but shifted to something else.
Yeah, a lot of the times you'll see players favor the all-spin continuations, knowing that the initial pressure most of the time isn't going to secure a kill.
No. Well, that was a fascinating spin sequence to keep that board clear there from LYSETTE. That was fascinating. You could tell the thought behind each piece.
And that all-spin sequence from LYSETTE was insane, but QUARPI's not too far behind in their pressure. Immediate counter spike with a surge of their own, and they tie it up once again.
We have a first to 3. And here we go, let's see if the pressure of this is going to start to get into either of these players, but they are professional, these players, so we shouldn't see too much of that. And here we go, the back-to-back is
going to be the initial surge advantage.
Ooh, QUARPI right near up the top of the board. LYSETTE needing to keep that pressure on to get the kill, because there you go, QUARPI is just going to return to sender with interest and take that point.
I think the signature thing that QUARPI always does is that they're just so good at just keeping a neutral board state. A lot of the times you'll see players greed to get that slight bit of efficiency before they get down, but QUARPI is just prioritizing survival above all else, and it's proving very well for them in this set.
Ooh, look at that nice 26, but once again, as we've said before, spikes in the 20s are just not enough to kill unless timed extremely well, and LYSETTE is able to send that straight back, and we're at a first to 2. Could we have our first tiebreaker of the evening?
Potentially, I'd love to see a Worlds Breaker right now.
I would absolutely love to as well. Yeah, as casters, that's all we hope for. We are unbiased, we just want good games. At least we pretend to be unbiased while we're on stream. In our minds, it might feel a bit different. But we are.
The well access that QUARPI was just given on his silver platter there is insane.
My goodness. Look at this. Back-to-back 16. Both
and they're going to use a lot of that for all
spins
to make sure that LYSETTE is not able to get the material that they would want.
Oh, we're up to 20 now, 21, but the board state is just working in their favor. Let's see if they're going to build up to a 30 this time. LYSETTE should be worried. How would you be preparing if you know your opponent has a spike like this?
I mean, you just have to send a spike and hope that it was a good enough time to force them to break. Unfortunately, that is what they try and it doesn't work out. And this is going to be match point for QUARPI.
And you just know when QUARPI gets into that state and gets a surge that big, you start to worry.
We're gonna see the stick spin come out from LYSETTE.
Stick spin to stick win, am I right?
So true.
We'll see.
Beautiful count to 4 there from QUARPI. Getting that little bit of surge before they have to break.
Looking dangerously at the top of the board. Is QUARPI going to win 2 points in a row? That's not something we've seen for a majority of this match, but LYSETTE manages to downstack wonderfully. But the garbage is pretty clean on QUARPI's side, so it's going to be able to downstack pretty easily.
And that donation!
Oh, and that spin!
It's a great well access. Breaks at probably the best time they could have.
And I believe it was 11-9 in our first match, but QUARPI takes it. again, the result we expected, but the score, absolutely not. And we love to see it, and I believe that will be round 1 finished. So it'll be really interesting to see everything, but you're going to see us first before we go to the bracket.